Welcome to another Eatin' with Joe. This is our very first all-American mukbang. And we're back with another episode. It is summertime. I'm filming this on July 1st, so what better time to feature what I think is the most quintessential summertime food. Before we get started, as always, if you like what you're seeing, please remember to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another episode. So I'm continuing my tour of the states, and I'm featuring the most iconic food from each state as I go. Today we are talking about the heartland of America, and as I said, the most quintessential summertime staple. What food comes to mind when you think of summertime? Is it hot dogs, watermelon, potato salad, lemonade? All really good choices. But today we're talking about corn on the cob. And the state we're talking about is Iowa. Now everybody has their favorite way of making corn on the cob, but today I'm gonna make it on the grill. If you haven't had grilled corn on the cob before, it's gonna blow your mind. And make sure to stick around to the end, because I'm gonna show you a recipe for a very special corn on the cob. You'll never eat it the same way again. Alright, so before you actually get to cooking them on the grill, there's a few things that I recommend doing to make sure they turn out as good as possible. Tip number one, soak them. Soak them for at least an hour. You can soak them in the fridge overnight, but the thing is they have to get wet all the way through, husks and everything. Tip number two, leave the husks on. Leave the silks on. Leave everything on except for the ends. Cut those off just to make things easier once you're ready to eat. And you're ready to grill. So you want to get it going about medium, and again, husk, silk, everything is left on. Pop them on the grill right over the flame. You're going to want them on the grill for about 12 minutes. Turn them every 3 or 4 minutes or so. You want them charred and not burned. And you'll see as you turn them, the husks start falling off, the silks start burning away, the kernels start charring up lightly, and that's perfect. What that's doing is caramelizing the sugar in the sweet corn and make them extra sweet. If you do it right, when you eat it, it's almost like eating dessert. All right, so I'm gonna set my timer for 3 minutes, gonna come back and turn them, see what we got. All right, that's 3 minutes. Let's see what we have. Look at that. Already got a nice char going on one side. Charred, not burned. Flip them about 1/4 of the way. You see that husk starting to burn off. That's fine. The silks are going to start flaming up. That's fine. Close it, 3 more minutes. All right, another 3 minutes. Oh yeah, they're charring up real nice. Keep them turning. You're going to start seeing the kernels starting to char a little bit now. Oh yeah, just like this. That is exactly what you want. 3 more minutes. All right, here we go with the final flip. Man, these are perfection. That caramelized outside is exactly what you want. Now again, you see all the husks and the silks burning away. That's great. The key to this was, again, soaking them, at least for an hour, but you can do it overnight in the fridge if you want. That gets all the water in there, makes the husks moist, steams them a little as they cook, and prevents them from burning so quickly, so you can have them on the heat longer and get the kernels more tender. It works extremely well when done together, soaking and grilling. All right, 3 more minutes, we'll be all set. All right, so that's it. It's been about 12 minutes, about 3 minutes each side as I turn them. We're going to peel away any of these silks that haven't burned off, and they peel away so easily. So there's one. Perfect char on these things. These are going to be sweet, caramelized a little. Look at this one. This one is absolute perfection. And I can't say it enough. Charred, not burned. All right, so that's it. Let's eat. All right, we're all done. Let's eat. Now this corn is so sweet and so perfectly done. Personally, I don't even need butter. Obviously, go for it if you want. I'm going to eat it just as it comes. Perfect. 12 minutes on the grill, medium heat, perfection. Remember, put it right over the flames. Don't be afraid to char it. That brings out all the sweetness and makes it even better. This is the perfect summertime side. Works with any picnic, works with any meal. So growing up, corn on the cob was a pretty special treat, mainly because it was really only available in late summer or early fall, because we get it from all the local farmers. Nowadays it's pretty much available year-round in the grocery store, so you can make it year-round. Other ways to make corn other than the grill. Obviously, you can boil it, take off all the husks, take off all the silks, put them in a rolling boil for somewhere between 6 to 8 minutes. Your preference on how soft you want the kernels. You can even make them in the oven. Very similar to what we did here. Soak them anywhere from an hour to overnight in the fridge. Leave on the husks, leave on the silks, put them in for about 30 minutes at 375. You can even make them in an Instapot. Take off the husks, take off the silks, a little bit of water, pop them in the Instapot for 2 minutes on high, and when it's done, hit that instant release, bam, you're good to go. But nothing is going to make corn on the cob that's as good as this. And can I say it enough? This is perfect. I can't help but to eat this fast. It's so good. And of course, you're going to get messy. That's just the nature of the beast. All right, so I said stick around to the end, and I was going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. And yogurt. If you haven't heard of this before, it's a game changer. Some people call this Mexican street corn. It's also known as elote, and it's been around for a long, long time. You need something creamy that sticks to the kernels and allows the cheese to stay on there. So we have a mayonnaise base. On top of that mayonnaise, I'm going to sprinkle some paprika. You can use paprika, you can use ground red chili pepper, depending on your preference of the level of spice you want. I'm using mayonnaise, I'm using paprika, I'm mixing that up, and I'm spreading it right on the corn. Look at that. Perfection. Slathering it on there. Not too thick. You basically want to put enough on here, again, to make the cheese stick. And like the mayo base, there's different ingredients you can use in the cheese. You can use a crumbly Mexican cheese. You can use feta cheese. You can also use good old-fashioned Parmesan. I'm going to do this the easy way. Sprinkle on a little Parmesan, call it a day. And there is your finished product. Not too shabby. Let's dig in. Oh man. It's not exactly good for you, but it is so good. Now again, the state we're focusing on today is Iowa. Like I said at the beginning, it is the nation's largest producer of corn. It is what I consider Iowa's most iconic food. So, like I typically do, let's take a quick tour of Iowa in 60 seconds. Things you may not know. Let's start off with this nugget. Remember when Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off of a bat? That happened in Iowa. You know that famous painting, American Gothic? That's a painting of an actual place in Iowa. How about this? A big thanks to Iowa. In 1912, the automatic bread slicer was invented in Iowa. Iowa, very progressive. 25% of the power used by homes and businesses in Iowa comes from wind. Iowa has more pigs than people. You know what? Sometimes that's a good thing. And finally, Iowa was a place where the music died. Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper all died when their plane crashed in Iowa. We won't hold it against Iowa. They had nothing to do with it. This elote is fantastic. You gotta try it next time. You gotta. Well, again, a mess is just par for the course. Oh, you know what? There's one thing that I forgot. You know what else was invented in Iowa? Summertime. Perfection.